Agree to in principle.
Ms Lauder.
Mr Assistant Speaker, the Climate Change and Greenhouse Gas Reduction Renewable Electricity Target Amendment Bill 2019 seeks to extend the ACT's ambitious target of 100% renewable electricity beyond 2020. In doing so, the government is building on its efforts in the renewable energy space thus far. The ACT is currently on track to be 100% renewable energy by the end of this year, as the third stage of the Hornsdale Wind Farm comes online in October. The Canberra Liberals will be supporting this bill today, as we recognise that the ACT is already on its way to achieving 100% by 2020. We do, however, want to ensure that our electricity supply is also reliable, affordable, and that we do ultimately meet our targets going forward. A question that many in Canberra have asked is, what is the government doing after 2020? So I'm pleased that the government is responding to the concerns of residents. It's excellent that we've come together to discuss this issue today, and I know that many Canberrans will be pleased. The bill seeks to solidify the ongoing 100% renewable electricity target by moving the commitment into primary legislation. The target is currently a disallowable instrument set by the Minister. This is welcome, as the government's emissions reduction target is already in legislation. Given renewable electricity and emissions reductions are inherently linked, it's good to see this link reflected in the legislation. The ACT has a commendable record in energy use. A report on electricity and natural gas consumption trends in the ACT 2009 to 2013 showed that once weather factors had been accounted for, there'd been a strong and consistent trend of decline in per capita aggregate electricity and gas consumption since 2009. The report went on to say that this was possibly due to the role of building energy efficiency regulations and tighter appliance energy efficient standards. There was also strong evidence of widespread energy efficiency improvements by households and small businesses, and these have all contributed to making the 100% target easier to achieve. However, it does seem unlikely, Madam Speaker, that the ACT will ever have the capacity to generate that amount of electricity within the ACT itself. I note the legislation clarifies the electricity does not need to be located in the ACT, but does need to connect to the ACT's local electricity network via the national electricity market. I think that is a sensible inclusion and removes any ambiguity in the minds of Canberrans. While our energy consumption to date has been manageable, it's important that beyond 2020 we closely monitor how much electricity is being consumed in the ACT. During a briefing on this bill, Directorate officials suggested that the demand for electricity would be flat over the next decade. That's something that will need to be monitored closely. The government has emissions reduction ambitions which will likely result in greater demands on the electricity grid, whether that be the uptake of electric vehicles or light rail running on electricity. Future governments will also need to factor in that the ACT is a fast-growing jurisdiction, notwithstanding our excellent record and uptake in efficient energy use. However, with our typically hot summers and cold winters, we do rely more heavily on heating and cooling systems than many other cities. Even with increased efficiency in how we use electricity, there will undoubtedly be increases in total electricity consumption in the Territory. It's crucial that the government be adequately prepared for this. The Canberra Liberals acknowledge this risk and expect that future governments will closely follow this issue. I'd like to thank the Minister for the briefing that was provided to the Shadow Minister, Ms Lee, and her staff last week, and close by saying the Canberra Liberals do support this bill. By doing so, we confirm our commitment for responsible renewable electricity use in the ACT.
Question is